thank you all so much for coming on tonight. I really appreciate it. I especially appreciate Frederick Gaumont. I'm just going to call him out tonight because, I don't know, I want to make everybody else jealous, and also he's got a great name. Thanks for coming on, everybody.
Frederick Guimont. Okay, that is actually a really cool scene. I really like that. That's cool. Damn. That looks really cool, Frederick.
Frederick, what are you working on right now, man?
Greetings, salutations, and other big words. My name's Ethan. My handle is Wrangler. Welcome to Frequency Studios, Weekly Wing It number 151 here on Rumble and YouTube. And starting off with us tonight is Mr. Frederick Guimont.
How you doing, everybody? I'm just inking some Jim Lee Batman tonight. Kind of, as a warm-up to get ready for Rattel number 2, which I've been kind of writing lately. And, yeah.
Oh, this is the practice run you've been kind of dreading, isn't it? With all the lines in the buildings.
Yeah, there's just a lot of cityscape, and I'm planning on having a lot of cityscape in my issue 2. So it feels kind of like a good
time to get used to it.
Yeah, used to it and practice on one of the masters. You always pick up a thing or two.
Yeah, well, so are you going to be using straight edge on those building lines, or are you going to try and do a lot of it freehand?
Oh no, this is all straight line work. So I've got the ruler, I've got, transparent ruler here. And
now you need to write the word Supreme in a Sharpie on that thing, and then hold it up and remind everyone who you are, the Supreme Ruler.
Okay, I'll make a note of that. That sounds good. Those are good tips.
Oh man, so what have you been up to lately? Besides that, I know have you gotten the other issues written out yet?
So yeah, pretty much all of issue 2 is kind of written out, at least the initial draft. I just written it out by hand to start with, and today I transcribed it onto the computer. So I broke everything down into panels and added a little bit of dialogue, but the dialogue usually gets added in after the drawing part. Like, it's easier to add dialogue when you see the way everything's been drawn into place, like the characters' expressions, things like that. Sometimes it's easier to know what's actually going to be said there, even though I have a general idea of what the conversation is going to be.
Right. That's another thing I think that putting together comic panels is far more complicated than in just prose writing, because you have to think this all the conversation has to go into word bubbles. It has to look right on the page. You got to be able to go over everything, have it work well with the pace of all the panels. And when you're just doing prose, you just throw some quotes around the words and you're good.
Yeah.
You don't have to sit there and think about, for lack of better words, camera angles and cinematics while fitting in the conversation.
Yeah, and your conversation is going to be limited in space as well, because you have to be very succinct to keep the dialogue balloons kind of small on the page to not cover too much of the art. So you're kind of rewording stuff and cutting stuff out, try to get straight to the point a lot of time. So you want to keep things flowing really zip. Yeah, that's a lot of stuff that you got to keep in mind, and you want to build your panels in a way that you keep room for dialogue, which I've been guilty of. I've made that mistake sometimes in the past where like, oh shoot, I just drew a nice panel and I forgot I needed to leave room for the dialogue, right?
Yeah, it sets my mind on that one scene in the Metroid manga where Gray Voice is kind of dressing down Samus a little for her attitude toward her training. And then when Samus went to respond, Gray Voice holds up his hand, cuts her off, and then continues speaking. And what makes Gray Voice a real jerk here is his word bubble went right over Old Bird's face.
Yeah,
the guy standing next to him, the word bubble is like right over his face. You see word bubble in his body, like from like the shoulders down behind it.
Yeah, I saw an example of that. I've got a how to write comics by Peter David, and they showed an example of an old, I think it was an old Spider-Man comic or something, and you got Magneto in there, and the letterer like had a lot of text to put it. He put it over Magneto's whole head and body, like whole head and torso. So you just see his feet underneath a dialogue balloon, and it looks so silly because you see that you could have put it underneath, like cover the feet, not the head.
Yeah.
But
how you doing, James?
I'm doing well. That's quite the story there, man. You can
hey,
get
nice to
anything
see you,
published
James.
these days.
Yeah. So somebody, I can't remember where. I think it was in one of the Discords. Somebody posted, or maybe it was on Twitter. Somebody posted a scene from Loaded Weapon 1 and said best use of subtitles in a movie, where Emilio Estevez, the spoof version of Riggs from Lethal Weapon, was sneaking around and he was like hiding behind crates, listening to some bad guys talk. They were speaking another language, so the subtitles were on the screen there. And then when those guys went to walk away, Emilio came out from behind the crates, started sneaking to try and follow him, and he tripped over the subtitles. They cracked and like words fell all over the place.
Oh, that's clever. That's clever. You don't expect the subtitles coming to play like that.
It's like I've seen that movie a few times when I was young. I don't remember that scene. That was hilarious. How did that not stick in my head?
Yeah, that's clever stuff.
Trip over the subtitles. That was great.
There was a time that they were making the best satire films. Like they were really like the iron was hot, and they were grinding them, like cranking them out. And like it's even competing companies, studios were doing good stuff. Like it wasn't just one group who had the monopoly on it. There was a group of people who were.
Yeah, I don't remember what movie it's from, but there was a scene. It was a comedy. It was a comedy kind of crime drama thing, and two people sat down and started speaking to each other in French, planning a murder. And then when they're talking about, we need to hide this, we need to worry about getting caught, blah, 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 blah. But they're speaking all in French. And so the English subtitles are on the screen. And this stranger walking by stops and says, oh, well, you don't have to worry about this. Statistically, there only so many of these murderers get caught, blah, 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 and going on. And then they're looking at him like, you speak French? He says, no, but I can read the subtitles. They're right there.
Subtitle jokes.
Yeah.
Yeah. You seen the movie Top Secret? That was one of them there, spoofers.
Yeah, that was one of the first, right? In the series.
With Val Kilmer, young Val Kilmer.
Yeah, I've never seen that one.
There's a funny joke in there that I like that sort of plays on something similar, but sound-wise, where these gentlemen are creeping through like a field behind a house, and you could hear their footsteps in the brush, the cracking of leaves. And then Val Kilmer stops, looks behind them, goes, shush, puts his finger up. and then they continue walking exactly the same way they were, but this time they just left out the sound effects.
Speaking of sound, I'm going to throw some background music on. We're going to hang out with the sounds of Chill Kid. Still one of my favorites from him, Try Hard. And I've played Try Hard a lot. I'm going to play it again because I like it. There we go. Let me know if I need to adjust the volume up or down on that so it doesn't. What's that?
Gotcha.
Yeah. So James, you have a your next chapter in Evergreen is coming out when? Is it tomorrow or later this week?
The latest chapter came out yesterday and today, actually. Chapter 4 drops. But if you are a subscribing member, you got Chapter 4 or Episode 4 last week as a preview.
Okay, that makes sense now. I was looking around for the newest drop, and I wasn't finding that. Not realizing, I already saw it.
Chapter 4, yeah. Chapter 5 and Chapter 6 for our preview chapter will be releasing on the 7th of next week. I was working on them today in the background. They're looking pretty good. They'll be ready to go in no time, which is exciting, and just kind of rushing through this series, getting as many of them done as possible, and just scheduling them out. So it gives me some time to work on some other stuff, and there is plenty to work on.
Yeah. That's on Substack. World Without End. Is it World Without End lore or World Without End?
World Without End lore, sir.
Okay, and that's also on Royal Road now as well, right?
Yes, World Without. You can find me at World Without End on Royal Road or World Without End lore on Substack, where all the good shit is.
Yeah.
A lot of work done by Frederick's hands ends up there. The hands known as Frederick.
Yes.
Yeah, Frederick does some really good work. I mean, if you want a good example of it, boom, right there. That gorgeous babe, Frederick. Well, Frederick isn't a gorgeous babe. He drew the gorgeous babe.
Right? You know what would be
Sabrina.
excellent? It just kind of came to mind. A gothic sort of like biological robot that is just brain and hands. The hands are just constantly drawing magnificent works of art, and just stuck in a room full of magnificent works of art and just drawing all day.
Sounds like competition.
Yeah. Call it the Frederick bot.
Well, I've got an AI character coming up in the second issue of the comic, so that's going to be a lot of fun to draw.
I'll admit that's one thing I am not covering in any of my stories is like sentient AI. Not that there isn't any AI programs in the story. Not that they're not getting any like hyper focused. There are things that would be, I guess, considered AI throughout with some of the computers and stuff. But I'm not crossing the line of or the bridge of hey, it became sentient and chasing that story. Not that they're bad stories, but they've been done to death. I've seen Measure of a Man in Star Trek: The Next Generation how many times? I mean, Now,
how about a sentient AI that tries to hide its sentiency because he just doesn't want to be found?
That could either be an awesome thriller or it could be a great comedy. Like the AI is clumsy because he doesn't understand nuance, so he keeps doing things that gives himself away. And
he's sentient, but all he wants to do is play a World of Warcraft all day.
Right? He's like a top
player. That would be called a human.
That's why he's just like enthralled by gaming. He's like, he doesn't care about anything else, so he just games all day.
Welcome, Tomcat 976. He says, "What's up?"
Friend.
Yeah, I think it's probably just Tomcat is doing all the whatever for the handles instead of the channel names now. What do you guys think about that change over to doing all handles instead of channel names?
That's terrible.
Yeah, I can see that getting abused very easily.
Yeah, I've yet to find someone who actually likes the idea.
I mean, I could see why it could be disliked.
Yes, in fact, Tomcat, I do remember. In fact, I subscribed to your. I think I subscribed to your channel earlier. Which I still have to. I still have to check it out. But he was in the chat over on Gray's live stream earlier today. Seemed pretty cool.
Righteous. Good on you, Mr. Tomcat.
Now, Tomcat, are you working on anything comic or story related? I think he might have been. I'm not sure. We're meeting so many people now that are creating things that I'm losing track of who's who, because I'm meeting them all practically at once.
Right?
Yeah, you need to get one of those old school. What do you call them? Where you just keep all the numbers.
Yeah. Let me see if I could find Tomcat's channel so I could drop the link in the chat.
You used to keep all the numbers, a little rotating thing on the desk.
Oh yeah, Rolodex.
Rolodex, yeah. We need to get back to the Rolodex era.
Yeah, right. He says he's editing his new podcast at the moment. Cool.
Editing a podcast. So, yeah, nice. What kind of podcast do you do? Is it horror based? If not, don't reply.
Says I am subscribed. Copy link.
I joke.
And
That's how we joke. On behalf of
drop
humor.
that thing.
Oh, silly humans and their jokes.
Says I love comics. Don't know if you like Old Eclipse, Antarctic Press, Viz comics or not.
Oh, I had some friends who did a comic with our Antarctic Press.
I like a lot of different comic companies that aren't like the big two, to really just explore. Because a lot of them just really get overshadowed by Marvel and DC.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest problem with them is they got so much going on that never ends. I mean, you might have an event, the event comes to a conclusion, blah, blah, blah. But they've retreaded the same stuff over and over and over again. And it's like, give these guys a rest, give us a chance to miss these characters once in a while, but don't outright replace them either, because then they go make, this is the new Spider-Man, this is the new Captain America,
this is the new rebooted universe.
And Raven Nevermore has joined us.
Hello, Raven.
What's up,
hello.
Raven.
Is my audio on?
There you are.
Yes.
Yep.
It looks like you're playing Minesweeper.
Minecraft.
Tomcat says, Ben Dunn is my favorite from Antarctic Press. Ninja High School was always my favorite, with Gold Digger being a close second. I'm ashamed to say I'm unfamiliar with all this, but Ninja High School just sounds awesome. I mean,
that is fun.
It would be fun to read. Probably wouldn't be very fun to go to it, though.
It sounds like, in the 90s, I could totally see a lot of anime style stories coming out of independent or smaller publishers back then.
So if it's a ninja high school, do you not see anybody in the halls because they're all ninjas and they're...
You don't need a hall pass because they can't see you
fighting.
He says, I can't even draw a good stick figure. I respect those that can draw color and make something cool. I lack that ability. He is a songwriter, though. And Gray has joined us as well. Good to see you, Gray.
I can draw a mean stick figure. The lines are almost straight.
I mean, you could do good stuff. You could do good comics with stick figures. XKCD has an entire running strip with just stick figures, and it's one of the most popular online comic strips.
Order of the Stick is another good one.
Tomcat says, Ninja High School followed a nerdy kid who was to marry a ninja woman or an alien chick. It's amazing. That kind of sounds amazing. It's like the isekai fancy without being isekai'd.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, comic book conventions back in the day. we're not afraid to explore stuff that you primarily get from like anime now these days.
Yeah. Gray Cloudy Day says Tomcat Eclipse says the Tomcat Eclipse Comics was a favorite publisher of mine in the 80s. Oh, I miss the 80s. Thankfully, James did introduce me to Kung Fury. I'm going to have to watch that again.
Hardy
Yeah, that was
Good one.
fun.
Oh, it was. It got me out of a really crappy mood.
Have you watched the complete film? Because we watched the trailer on stream last week. Did you go and watch the full movie?
Oh, no, I saw the full movie the night before we watched that trailer on stream.
Oh, okay, cool.
Tomcast says that Eclipse picked up Ninja High School in the 90s. They are still producing new issues.
Wow,
And
that's
my
fun.
ride is here. Beep, beep. What's up, Bat Sauce?
Hey, Bat Sauce, what's up, man?
Hey, Bat Sauce.
Hello, that one guy. I remember you. I remember him.
Now, I'm going to have to power scale the students of Ninja High School and put them up against the students of Hogwarts and see who wins.
That's an interesting matchup.
Well, I would think Hogwarts would win. They have freaking magic. I mean,
Yeah,
but
but they're ninjas.
that's true.
yeah, but they're high school level.
They got to be able to see them to blast them. You know?
Yeah, but they
They're
have
comic
spells.
book
To
level.
dude, they have spells where they have maps and they can see people's footprints all over the school.
Yeah, but it's not like they always
There's
use
one of
this
those. Only one of those maps, as far as I know. Gray says Fred is getting around tonight.
Yeah, I think Gray was on Omer's channel where I was hanging out prior to coming on here.
Yeah, that's where I originally saw Gray was from Omer's channel. I just put Gray's channel link in the live chat there. And Fu Man Blue says, "Hail, peons! Good to see
Hail,
you, Fu.
Fu
What
Man.
you got going on tonight?"
Hey, Fu Man Blue.
What's happening, man?
Yeah. So there's so much out there that, like when you said earlier, gets overshadowed by Marvel and DC. There's a lot of cool stuff. I mean, look at the cool stuff that we've seen people produce in the last few years, and we've actually met them. You know, and this is such a cool thing that we're able to do. This is like a blessing. We're able to get together and see each other's work and talk about it. This is so much fun. Can't have this much fun just reading some big corporate comic slop, because that's all that they've become lately, is just slop. And it is sad to see, because stuff that like probably inspired a lot of us in many ways, to see it fall apart like that, it's like, oh man.
Oh, yeah.
See,
And some of those slop comics actually have good art, that always pains me, because you're like, oh, this is actually a talented artist that could be making really good artwork, really good comics if there was like a decent writer, a good editorial team behind it. And it's kind of, you're feeling like, I feel bad for the artist. I'm like, I hope he likes what he's doing, because if he doesn't like what you're doing it every day for like 10 hours a day. It's a lot of work.
yeah, that's quite a workload that you mention it, because I mean, I see how long it takes some of you guys to get everything drawn out, and I think, wow, they're cranking out a book a month over at these places. Like, do they ever sleep?
Yeah. I mean, there's a team, like, I think it's I've read it takes over like 4 months to do a book at Marvel. Like, if you count the beginning
wow.
of like getting the idea in the editorial room with the writer, up to like the letterer putting the final stuff and the colorist handing it in.
So they probably have like entire series of issues ready to go long before they actually release them.
Sometimes, yeah, it depends. Different teams work differently, but yeah, you can have a head start sometimes. So that'll give you leeway if the artist gets late in the book. Like if he drags his feet a little bit, you can have some issues in the bank already, especially if you're doing a miniseries or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, the artist generally has to push out a book a month. That's usually the average. Now, not everybody works that way. Some actually work faster than that, but most, I think a lot of them work slower as well.
Now, Tomcat says, Ben Dunn was a man who moved here from Taiwan in the 70s. He made Ninja High School in the 80s. Lots of parodies and homages to DC, Marvel, and a lot that was going on as Easter eggs in every issue. Which, that's always fun to find those things when they drop in those little references and stuff. Especially if they do it subtly. Because, I mean, sometimes references can be fun, but when you have overt reference after overt reference, it starts to get tiresome. But when they put them in there subtly, or like some that are obvious and some that are subtle, it keeps it a little more fresh. And in some ways, you know, Easter eggs are Easter eggs because you kind of got to hunt for them, which in my opinion makes them a little more fun.
Yeah, and it's tough to gauge on the reader because what's subtle for some people can be obvious for others, and it could go over some people's heads as well. So it depends a lot on the reader.
He says, I never minded Spider-Man, Batman, Superman, etc., but I was more for the indie comics like Bone Ninja High School, the Max before it was popular in Pitt.
I love the Max, dude. I had all of the issues. I lost those, unfortunately, which pains me. That's one of the book series that I missed the most. I had even like a Max 1/2 that I had to mail away with Wizard, or did it come with it? Something like that. Yeah, Sam Keith, super creative artist. Like, he felt like an indie artist, even though he was like working for Marvel and then had his own title with Image. But his stuff looked weird. It looked in a good way, you know, like he did some Wolverine with huge feet, lots of body hair, and made him feel like the animal. Like, you really felt that there was a beast living in that man, in that character. And the Max was kind of like living in an imaginary world. So his like
Beast.
Say again?
Like Beast? I'm joking. Your play on words, Wolverine and Beast.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, the funny thing is Beast is like very little like a beast in terms of his character.
Yeah.
Because he's like super nerdy and like he's just a geek.
Yeah.
It's just that his body's beastly, right? He's covered in fur and he's like walks on ceilings and stuff, but he's very like well integrated with the X-Men, and he's kind of like the most well-mannered one of them all. So. Yeah.
Now, I read back in the 90s, I read a Star Trek X-Men crossover comic, and it in one area, Bones and Beast were actually having an argument, and they were getting irritated with each other. Somebody walked in and shouted, "Dr. McCoy," and they both turned and went, "What?"
Yeah, I've heard you mention that recently.
Yeah, because both of them are named Dr. McCoy.
Yeah, that's a fun detail.
Yeah. Gray says, I'm waiting on a used copy of the old graphic novel Mouse, M-A-U-S. It's a complete edition or something. I also ordered a collection of American Splendor, Harvey Pekar.
Oh, that's some old school indie stuff. Harvey Pekar used to be a friend of Crumb. There's a movie about him as well. I forget what the title is, with him and Crumb as characters, or is it a documentary? I mix those things up. Dude, the indie scene is so creative. It's so interesting and introspective, almost navel gazing at times, but like it's refreshing from the superhero stuff.
Yeah, now for out of the indie comics right now, I would have to say the Immortal Rising comics are still my current favorite. But I still got a couple others I have to go through and read. I have Infinitale Chronicles. I need to read those. The Godfoe universe. Yeah. I have multiple issues of that I've got stacked up for my TBR list, and I need to get through that. And when he was on your show, Frederick, talking about it, it's the blend of the science fiction and fantasy. You know, he's speaking my language with that one, so I got a funny feeling I'm going to get real sucked in.
Which one? I missed the last one you talked about.
Godfoe universe.
Oh yeah, Godfoe. Yeah, we had him on a long time ago.
Yeah, and I ordered the stuff. He said it should be to you within a week, and then, like he said, it showed up quick. It was
Oh,
there.
nice. Oh,
Yeah,
dude,
and,
living in the States is great. Like
I'm
here,
surprised I hadn't read them yet because it's like from everything you described, it's like right up my alley, and I need to dive into those.
nice. Let me know if you do a review. And we got a couple of comics that we both ordered, and we should do a review together. I think there's Patrick's book and also the pirate books with Fusebox by Ben Fusebox.
I really got it. I got so many stacked up that like I've been working on my books and stuff, so I hadn't done a whole lot of reading lately. So I do have a TBR backup list here of like a bunch of comics, and I need to get through those, and so we could start talking about them.
No, for sure. Like I'm not even planning on anything until the end of my campaign, which is this Saturday, by the way. Woo-hoo. So I'm ending the promotional part of Rattel campaigning. So I think it's going to feel good to turn the page in the chapter. 3 months is a little bit of a long time, honestly, to be doing a campaign. I think next year I'll be doing like 1 month, maybe a 2 month extended, but 3 months is a little bit crazy. It's a quarter of the year when you think about it. It's like,
yeah.
whoa.
Yeah.
Now Tomcat says, I'm not a weeb, but I really digged a lot of manga in the 80s and 90s. Project AKO, Riding Beam, Ramno 1-2, etc. I was always looking for a different take on comics.
Yeah.
But I've always preferred indie comics, though.
Liking the anime from the 90s does not make you a weeb. It's like knowing all the Japanese terms of today's anime. I think that makes you a weeb.
Hey, if it wasn't for that Akira movie, I would have never noticed manga existed. That's what put it on my radar.
That's it for everybody. You had also, what was it? D? Dracula? The
Vampire Hunter D.
That was a good one.
Yep.
Yeah. Ghost in the Shell, obviously. I think that's a really
Yes,
good
very
one.
much.
Tomcat says, I'm about to piss a lot of people off with my newest podcast. I live to piss people off, so that's my wheelhouse. And Gray says, I highly recommend all Godfo books. He says, I backed Olga 2 today.
Cool.
Yep, and Tomcat's echoing your sentiments. Nice.
Yeah, Ninja Scroll is also an excellent one.
Oh, yeah.
I have that in a totally legal way on my hard drive. Totally not pirated.
The end of that though, what happened with the villain? When I really sat and thought what kind of fate he had, that made me shudder. I'm like, that's horrific. I mean, he earned it, but that's horrific.
I just like remember the tattoo girl with the dragons on her back. Like, whoa! I still remember the first time I saw that. My jaw dropped. Like, whoa! This is
the one with the snakes became quite indicative of today's dating scene, I guess. But
yeah.
did I show you guys? I'll be doing a giveaway next month for Volume 1 of Kolga to promote their new campaign.
Speaking of snakes, I have something I finished yesterday. I posted it on Twitter, but you guys might not have seen it. I got these two ladies here.
Yeah, I saw you working on that. I think, what was it, yesterday?
Yeah, I finished it like last night, something like that. Added a little bit of Zipatone.
Nice.
Speaking of Japanese art, like it's very Japanese to add.
So we all recognize a psychic chick, and there's Medusa.
Yeah. So they both kind of like they're colleagues in a way because they both work for Bankman, right? At some point.
Okay, I actually figured they were two different factions.
Well, because she's escaping Bankman's grasp in the first book, and she's kind of like she stays with Bankman. So in that sense, they are, but they still grew up together and were colleagues for a long time, so they know each other very well. They probably worked.
That'll add some new dynamics to the whole thing.
Yeah, I've been thinking about that while drawing this piece here, because like they're not. You can't tell if are they together? Are they menacing? Are they going to turn on each other? Are they friends? Good dynamics to have. Like you got to bring in conflict on multiple levels, like external conflict, internal conflict. There's a whole. I'm learning this stuff as a new writer.
Yeah. Gray says Ninja Scroll the movie. I I'm assuming there might have been a question mark there. Yeah, Ninja Scroll the movie.
Yeah,
I think there also a series as well as a manga, or am I mistaken there?
Though there is a series, I've never watched it. I remember when we were talking with Billy Bobsack, he's just aware of the series.
Okay. Oh, that's right. You guys were supposed to watch it or something, watch the different versions, and so it didn't add up for a show.
Yeah, it made no sense when we were trying to have a conversation about it. We realized that we didn't watch the same thing.
Oh, yeah. Tomcat says, I saw Akira in the 80s and Fist of the North Star, and that took my face off then, mid-80s. Yeah. Fist of the North Star, actually. I don't think I
saw that.
Yeah, actually, Fist of the North Star had a little bit of influence on this character here. Not quite as fantastical, but what the inspiration I took from that is she is an expert in nerve strikes.
Is that an anime as well?
Yeah, anime and a manga. I read the manga.
Oh, it's a series.
Before I saw the anime.
It's on Crunchyroll.
Yeah, but I thought that whole, because there was a lot of an exaggeration of pressure point usage, nerve strikes, and that like cause bodies to like explode or something when you hit them.
Yeah, it's got that 90s manga look. Anime.
But that's what inspired me to make this character an expert in nerve strikes, because she often has to go up against dudes and she can't outmuscle a dude. She knows it. Even though she's fairly strong for a lady, she's not going to outmuscle a dude, and she realized, if I keep just going up against him, I'm going to get killed. So she looked at nerve strikes and pressure points to get an advantage.
Nice.
The Tomcat says, I don't know the new anime or manga stuff, though.
Yeah, I don't know.
Gray says, yes, encased in gold. Tomcat says, I support great art and storytelling.
Hell yeah.
He agrees, and he says, I saw that on Omer.
Yes, as seen on Omer's channel.
Tomcat says, Frederick, great art.
Thank you, sir.
Yep, that lady is also Frederick's. So yeah, we got 3 beautiful ladies from Frederick tonight. Although it's tough to call the lady with the snake hair beautiful when she's in snake mode. I'm sure she looks awesome when she's in her regular.
You try to tell her to her
mode.
face that she's not beautiful in snake mode. Wrangler. We'll see how that.
It depends on how bitter I'm feeling that night. But yeah, Frederick, you do some fantastic art.
Thank you.
And looking at what you practice on, I can see why. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I've got
all the lines.
This is what I practiced on last week. So I did some Jim Lee inking, which was a lot of fun, dude. Especially doing the Jim Lee chicks here. Yeah, so much fun to do this, and not too many buildings in this one.
Yeah, Gray says the movie is the best one. The series is okay, but not great. I think he's talking about Ninja Scroll on that one.
Yeah, for sure.
And Gray proves right there that he's a dude. Well, then again,
everybody likes boobies.
Yeah, even the ladies like them. So I mean, but us guys are probably a little more obsessed.
Well, the ladies won't necessarily come out and say that in a chat room.
Yeah. I appreciate the compliment there, Tomcat, but I did not draw any of that. That was Frederick's work.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you want to get the comic book, you could always check out Rattel at Fund My Comic. Let me drop the link in the chat for people who have not seen it yet. It seems that we have some newcomers in the chat tonight. Do check it out if you have not yet. Nope, I can't paste it. Can you paste it, Wrangler? I'll put it in.
Yeah, I thought you had a wrench like a while ago.
Yeah, I think it's StreamYards that's preventing me to paste it.
Oh, yeah. You got to be on actual YouTube to use the wrench.
Yeah, I put it in the privates, or let me get on the YouTubes.
And copying the link as we speak.
Oh, you got it? Okay, cool.
It's the one you dropped in the private chat, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, and boom. Paste. There we go. To Rattel.
Thank you.
I cannot wait for that to come out, dude.
Dude, me too, man. I'm getting like I think I'm just missing one colored page. I've got everything else, so I'm going to be starting putting that stuff together during December, and early next year I'm going to do the final pre-press stuff, making sure everything's ready for the printer, and then it's going to be printed in the States and shipped within the States. So that's why you guys get like $10 shipping. It's because it's not coming from Canada.
Oh, nice.
Oh, Canada.
Yeah. I'll be eventually getting a bunch of them here to hold and to have like for events and conferences and stuff.
Yeah. Now, as I'm reading Tomcat's comment here, he's probably already seen it, but he says, okay, Wrangler, I'm sorry. Frederick is amazing. You have great skills. Do you have a link or comic, Kickstarter, or anything like that to support what you do? And that link is in the very next comment. And then following that is Gray, who says, if this is vertical, it won't be clickable, but in the desktop stream, it will work. Yeah, this is simultaneously being streamed in portrait and landscape. Now, I prefer the typical landscape style video screen setup, but for whatever reason, when I found that when I do the simulcast with the portrait, YouTube pushes it out to more people.
Yeah,
Why, I don't know.
They're
I guess I'm the
competing
oddball out because I'm not a fan of the portrait, but a lot more people are.
well,
More
there's
people
way
on
more
that.
phones than
Yeah.
laptops out there, and like they're competing with TikTok. I think that's kind of why they're pushing it out a lot and trying to get it in people's face.
Yeah, it's weird though because on my phone, I definitely prefer the landscape over portrait even on the phone due to the fact that the way the user interface works. Like I'm trying to scroll through the chat on the portrait version. I accidentally push my finger too far, and all of a sudden I'm on a completely different video or stream. I'm like, no, put me back. You know?
Yeah.
That's a side effect of being old, I think.
When I was your age, I used to walk 5 miles through 3 feet of snow to get to YouTube.
Well, you are my age. That's the problem. I'm
Uphill
old.
both
Oh,
ways.
Uphill both ways with no shoes. And we were thankful. YouTube broadcast.
Yeah, but you could buy a
yourself.
house for 5 cents back then.
That was before Google made it expensive.
Bitcoin was 3 pennies.
Let's see.
Oh man, Bitcoin.
Mama
lost a couple
Cat's
days.
calling, so I'm going to jet. Thank you all for going live. I'm not going to be a stranger. Good night to you all.
Thanks for
Good
coming
night,
on, man.
Tomcat. Thanks for stopping
See
in.
you,
It was
Tomcat.
good to see you.
Yeah, it's nice to see you. Nice kitty cat in the avatar as well.
Yeah, I'm always a fan of kitty cats. Let me see. Where's my other one here? There we go. There's Nomad. Nomad the cat.
Good
Yeah,
night,
so
gentlemen.
I was torn when I was playing the intro tonight, whether to use my Samus intro or my Hornet intro, because I have Silk's song queued up to possibly play on stream. I don't know if I'm going to do that or not. But Metroid Prime 4 is releasing this week. Unfortunately, it'll probably still be a couple weeks before I bother to pick it up because, well, it's the Christmas season, and I want to make sure my kids have what they want before I go buying another video game. So
Is that on the Switch?
it is. It's on the Switch and Switch 2. Now,
Yeah,
this might be the last Metroid game I get because, you know, I have not been a fan of Nintendo's practices lately, and I'm refusing to get a Switch 2.
Yeah.
And the next Metroid game they make, you know, it's going to be on the Switch 2 only, not the Switch. So I might just have to skip it, which is such a bummer. My favorite game
You won't-
series,
you
and
won't
I'm
be
going to
able
have to say no.
You won't be able to. You'll break.
Yeah, but I'm going to break in a very particular way. I'll go find one of the used system that maybe I can't go online with. But if I get that used system for cheap, and then go buy a physical copy of the next Metroid game, I might play it like that. Because there's plenty of bricked Switch. Well, not fully bricked. They've been banned from online use, so you kind of lose like most of the features with it. But if you can still plug it in and plug in a cartridge and just play, then yeah, I might buy one of those bricked consoles and just play offline.
Or dare I say, emulate it on the Steam Deck.
Whoa!
If I'm gonna emulate it, I still have to go buy a physical copy and just like shelf it or something, just so I've at least paid.
I loaded up
for the product.
I loaded up Super Metroid on the Steam Deck this week. I've been going retro for the past couple of weeks.
Oh, nice.
So I played The Legend of Zelda last week all the way through, which was really a lot of fun. Dude, I surprised myself. I remembered where all the freaking secret doors were.
Wow.
I didn't know how I remembered it. It was just like,
good for you.
I have to burn this bush here. I don't know why.
Well, excuse me, princess.
And inevitably, that's where the staircase was. And I was like, whoa, I can't believe I still remember those.
Christy has joined us. Good to see you, Christy. She's
Nice to
saying
see
hi
you,
to
Christy.
everybody.
How you doing?
Muscle memory. Hey,
Nice to
Christy.
see you. Yeah, something like that. It's like I just had to use a guide for some of the things. Like, where's that damn second maze? And obviously the 9th one with Ganon, that's just a complicated maze. So I was like, fuck that. I'm using a guide.
Yeah, I was having those random versus battles thoughts in my head one day, and I watched a video on how badass Ganon is. So I went to Grok and asked its opinion who would win in a fight, Ganon versus Kernanos. And it actually gave it to Ganon because
Who's Kernanos?
Kernanos, he's from Celtic and Anglo mythology. He's Kernanos, I think, in Celtic, and the Anglo, he's Hern the Hunter. He's known as the Green Man, the Lord of the Woods, Lord of the Wild. And so I punched that in there, and it actually said Ganon would take it. And then I said, what if it was during the summer solstice? And that flipped things because his power levels supposedly rise and fall with the change of the season.
So cool.
Our spacefaring pug has returned.
Yeah, I got disconnected there for a sec.
Space Pug internet is going out.
You can get spotty here in Alabama.
Body.
Oh, you're over at the space camp, huh?
Nah, we just landed somewhere in Alabama. Gas was cheaper down here.
Here I thought you were having a
Yes,
shoddy
it is.
signal because you got caught in one of the Van Allen belts.
Never heard of them.
Oh, it's the radiation belts that orbit the Earth.
Okay, we just call them radiation belts that orbit the Earth.
Yeah, Van Allen belts is the local Earth science name for it.
Sounds like some guy figured it out 10,000 years after we did and named it after himself.
That's
It was
exactly what happened.
I think it was the rock band that found them.
No, that's Van Halen.
It's not the same thing.
It was the James Vanderbeek belts.
Well, it's a good thing that they're not called the Backstreet Boys belts.
Did they even have belts?
I'm gonna refrain from comment upon the advisory of my lawyer.
I wonder, do the space pugs use belts or do you just use collars?
Our attire is so advanced that belts are actually built in.
Oh, wow.
Do you have shock collars?
Only for the non-pugs.
Pugs in space.
Man, the price of gas dropped right after I got home and I filled up the tank, and then a couple days later the gas prices dropped. It's like,
That's why the space
You regret
pugs
not having
are
sold
showing
your
up.
gas before? You should have sold your gas before it dropped.
Yeah, you want to know some amazing things that space pugs can do when they put their mind to it, though? Here, I'll show you.
Through hollow night, our voices soar. We roam no more, our spirits roar. In dust and shield, our hearts burn free. We sing the spark of destiny. No throne, no crown, no gilded lore. Our oath resounds forevermore. Against the tide, we stand as one. Our crow will echo when dark is done.
And what do you know? More from Frederick.
Yeah, Frederick drops the art on in all the trailers and shit.
That's so cool. Yeah. I love working with you guys because you guys have the best stuff to draw. Like you're creative writers. You got all your fantastic worlds and creations, and you really care about your characters as well. So that's always a fun thing to be working with. You know, it's not a soulless corporate entity.
Yeah,
Yet those soulless corporate entities have been making some inspiration for great villains lately. Go figure.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, Batman owns a soulless corporate entity called Wayne Enterprises.
Gray's asking, was that ad for a book? James, want to take that one away?
Yeah, that's a current short story series that I'm working on. We just released our 4th episode. I call them episodes. You can call them installments. If you'd like our chapters, you can find it at on Royal Road, World Without End on Royal Road, or follow us at worldwithoutendlore.substack.com, where we give away free PDFs. We'd be giving them away on Royal Road, but their service doesn't support the upload and distribution of PDFs like Substack does. So find yourself some free PDFs that are released weekly with new installments of the short story series.
And I just dropped the link in the live chat. It should also be in the description as well.
Yeah, we just released part 4, and right now we've got up to episode 9 written out. So it's gonna, it's ongoing. We're ahead of schedule. And it's not going to be too long. It's only going to go for about between 15 to 17 weeks. Around that length. I don't want it to last too long because I got a lot of other stuff to work on as well.
Like your radio play, right?
Yes, I'm working on the radio play in the background. Finished up the 2nd draft, working on the 3rd draft later on this week, and got a ton of other works to work on as well. It's Jericho.
I'm going to switch up the background tune. I'm going to go from this music that we've been playing is Chill Kid. Check him out on bandcamp.com under Chill Kid. Working man's retro wave music. It's a lot of fun. So I'm going to switch it from Chill Kid over to another Chill Kid. This one's called Venting 02 into Space. A little more chill.
Less kid.
Yeah. So I'm just learning this now. I think you mentioned it a little bit ago. Apparently, links aren't clickable in the portrait chat. But if he went over to landscape and was able to click the link.
Oh, how great! Yeah, I guess that's something you might have to put up with a little bit.
Well, I think you mentioned something like it's that way on phone, but you can click them from computer. Is that correct, Gray? Because I'm still learning this whole thing. I usually avoid most of the portrait videos as much as I can, but now I'm now I'm streaming in that version, so I feel kind of a little hypocritical. I've compromised my principles and put out the TikTok format. No. I don't understand why YouTube wants to compete so badly with TikTok when it's a completely different style, It's like most of the folks going to YouTube, they come here for long form videos. Or so I thought.
Because we got to take over the world.
Well, not only that, but it's their primary competitor. they gotta keep pushing back, or else what happened to them? You know, what might happen to them? The same story of MySpace and Blockbuster before it. You know,
Yeah,
you gotta
that's a good
worry
point.
about that stuff.
You become
Yeah.
irrelevant very quickly on the internet if you don't stay up to date and up on the trends.
Okay. So Gray signed up for Substack. Christy says she just joined. Now James has her CC number. Oh,
Nice.
abuse it, James. Abuse it. No, just
Well,
It's
I
a
hope you
YouTube
enjoy the
thing.
read. I'll be publishing there a lot.
yeah. But I mean, I guess I could kind of see where they're coming from because, like, yeah, just like YouTube kind of took a lot of audiences away from network television. You know, I think YouTube gets more views than cable does, and if they don't offer an alternate format to keep the younger up and coming crowd interested, then as we Gen Xers and millennials fade into boomerdom, the Gen Z won't be watching YouTube if they don't do that. So I get that. I wish we had a little bit more of an option. Like, I would love to shut off all the shorts on my YouTube stream. Just not get them.
Yeah, they're not giving
I would like
us
that
options, and they're throwing stuff at us all the time that we can't close or can't click off. And it's a little bit.
I keep trying to uninstall all the updates to the YouTube app on my phone, bringing it back to a UI that I liked a lot better. But it's great for about 10, 15 minutes, and then it auto updates. And even though I've gone into Google Play and disabled auto updates, the YouTube still auto updates on me. So I'm doing something wrong there.
I barely use the app because they always you can't turn off the ads on the app.
Yeah.
Whereas on the computer, I can open it up in Brave and there's no ads. And I've grown intolerant to ads. Like, for a long time, I've been turning them off with ad block. So
they've gotten really bad.
Yeah. Now, I used to let ads play through because I wanted the content creator to get paid for it. But now half these ads that I'm seeing are on non-monetized channels. So YouTube's getting all of it and the creator's getting none of it.
Yeah.
And there's so many so often that I can't hit the skip button fast enough now. And I'm not downing whoever put this story together, but if I have to hear about my vampire system in that AI voice one more time, I'm gonna roll my eyes so far back in my head, I'm gonna choke on them.
I mean, even then, like, YouTube creators barely get cents from you watching an ad, barely anything whatsoever. And thank you for the sub. I appreciate it. Hope the read is good. Hope you stick around.
Are you doing a Terran Tuesday tomorrow? Hosting one on your show tomorrow?
I'm expecting to. It's RH Snow and the Black Knights podcast, but I just host them. And we'll see what's up. Like, usually they're good to go, but life can get in the way sometimes.
Yeah. What was that spray paint I saw on the wall in Cuffs? I think it was, life is what happens when you're making other plans.
Yep.
Well said.
now, when you say in Cuffs, do you mean Cuffs the movie, or you were in cuffs when you saw that graffiti?
Yes. It was Cuffs the movie, where the main character, his name was Cuffs, and he happened to be in cuffs when he saw that. But
is that the one with the dog?
It was with Christian Slater.
Yeah, I remember that.
I remember almost nothing about the movie, but that line, that scene where he lost his job with the police and then got arrested because he lied on the application, and he gets stuffed in the back of the cop car. And as they're driving down the road, he looks out the window and sees that spray painted on the wall.
Yeah, that wasn't a particularly memorable movie.
It's been so long since I watched it. I would like to say it was good. I thought so at the time, but there's a lot of movies back then that I thought were really good, and then if I watch them now, I'm like, this is crap. You know.
Yeah.
I'm afraid to watch half the old movies that I liked for fear of ruining it for myself.
Oh,
I think
boy.
age and sophistication.
Yeah. I mean, what's cool is when you discover a movie that you haven't watched from that period. Like I think it was in 2020, I discovered that I had never watched Heathers, the movie. And I was like, whoa, this looks cool. And another Christian Slater movie.
Yep.
And it's such a good film. And it's so good that they couldn't even make it today. Like it was amazing that they made it back then.
Yeah, that had some that definitely had some quagmire they delved into there. It's kind of funny. I may have mentioned this before. It's that movie Heathers where I snagged my opening my opening greetings from on stream, because there was this thing where Veronica walked over to him. He looked up at her and said, and I used to try to imitate Christian Slater's voice a lot back then. I was trying different voices, nowhere near as good as Louverport does when he's doing voices, but I used to emulate his pretty well. And he looked up at her and said, greetings and salutations. And I would goof around, say that and add and stuff or things like that. And then eventually became greetings, salutations, and other big words. And I thought it was funny. So I say at the beginning of all my videos, even though it's just corny and old hat now, but.
So you added the other big words part?
Yeah.
Okay.
And Christy is subbed to Gray. All right. Yeah. It was pretty cool hearing him talking on Omer's show last week. And I was like, I'm subbing to this guy.
I just finished
up. To have a good head on his shoulders. What was that, Raven?
I just finished up writing a combat part where the party ends up fighting some Quaggoths. And Quaggoths are white, furry, bear humanoids. And whenever they reach a certain hit point level, they end up raging and going berserk.
Furries, you say?
Yes. And they live underground in the Underdark.
Yeah, I've done some TTRPGs, obviously, but I'm not familiar with Quaggoths, you said?
Yeah, they're in the monster manual. Or at least they were back in the 90s.
Which is when I was playing D&D. Of course, I didn't sit there and read through the manuals. I just I was invited to join a group and we played for a while, and I don't think we ever came across any Quaggoths, so I just never heard of them.
Yeah.
And I don't think I read them in any of the TSR novels either.
Yeah, they're ones that normally don't pop up, but in this particular adventure, there's actually one of the caves has a whole clan of them. And then depending upon what part of the Underdark you're in, there's a chance of running into like 3 to 8 or 9 of them or something. I don't remember what the number is. And there's a section where there's a split in the road, and we have the choice to go through Grell, which I'm calling brain beaks because that's what they look like, or this other route that's danger. Or dangerous. And of course the characters don't know what the Grell are, and they don't know what the danger is, and so they're like, well, we know there's some monsters over here, so let's see what this dangerous route is. And they end up having to go over what they later discover is called Razor Rock. You end up having to move really slowly over it. And if you try to move fast, you have to make dexterity checks. If you fail the dexterity checks, you end up taking damage. And your feet end up getting hurt. And if your feet end up getting hurt too much, then you just have to literally stop and wait until, wait a day or two before your feet heal. And as they're going across that, they get attacked by a roper. And so basically almost the entire party gets taken out before they're able to deal with it. And the way that they deal with it is basically one of the spellcasters ends up casting a fireball and blowing it up.
Good old fireball.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now, the only roper I'm familiar with is one of the enemies in Double Dragon.
So a roper.
Isn't there a Mr. Roper in Three's Company?
Maybe. Wow.
I
That was a
haven't seen
landlord.
that since I was a
Yeah.
little kid. Was it played by Don Knotts?
Probably.
I don't know. But a roper in D&D is a rock. Creature looks like a rock, so it can hide like a stalagmite coming up from the floor. And it has like, I think 8 arms that it can, 6 or 8 arms that it can shoot out, one each round, and attack a different character. And if you fail a poison save, your strength is drained by half in 1d3 rounds.
That sounds particularly nasty.
Yeah. And so, of course, it goes after the first. It's a surprise attack, basically, unless the characters, spot it before it attacks. It's surprise, and so first warrior or the first sword and board goes down, and then the first normal attack round, the second board and sword goes down, and then the winged elf gets taken. Because she's trying to cut one of the board and swords out. And then I think that's about the time that the spellcaster decides, I need to fireball this, which doesn't kill it. So the 4th strand goes out and hits that spellcaster. And then luckily the arrows from the thief ends up killing it.
Good riddance to bad rubbish when you get rid of that thing, I guess.
Yeah.
That sounds nasty. Christy's asking what you're working on there, Frederick.
Oh, hello, Chrissy. So this is a Jim Lee artwork from, not too recent, I guess, recently. He's working for DC now. So I'm kind of practicing my inking on Jim Lee's artwork. So I printed out a blue line version of his pencils. This way I can, the blue keeps it kind of in the background and easy to focus on the black lines. And just gives me a way to practice my inking and go over some like a master's pencils, right? This guy's one of the best comic book artists in the world, if not the best. I mean, it depends on who you ask. So you kind of pick up a few tricks, you pick up a few things while going over somebody like that's artwork. So it's a great practice to do to kind of improve your skills, I guess.
Yeah. Gray says, I had several monster manuals. Yeah. Now I'm hoping Otter shows up because he knows his stuff when it comes to TTRPGs. Because he's tried a bunch of different systems. He's the one who DMs the campaign that we're playing right now. Well, we're kind of on hiatus for the rest of the year.
Oh, okay.
But, and I'm surprised the hiatus didn't happen sooner. Because we were doing every weekend for like a year and a half, and and he through all that he's doing his job, and he actually, I think, in the middle of all this ended up moving once or twice, changed jobs, released a second book.
Yeah, wrote his book.
The dude has got to be burnt out. It just sounds like a lot he's been dealing with over the last year all at once.
I can imagine, yeah. And he keeps an active Twitter feed.
Yes, he does. Wow,
Yeah.
does he? He's pretty consistent with that, and I guess that consistency is the key to. It's working because he's gotten the word out on his book quite well.
Yeah,
but he took the time to plan it out. I think he schedules so many posts and stuff and has them planned out. So his Twitter game is on point, and putting in the work, it's now paying off for him. So my hat's off to him.
Yeah, he's got a couple of posts that kind of go viral from time to time.
Yeah, and I'm posting more on Twitter now. I've never been very good about that. I'm doing it more often now, but I got to get off my butt and actually start a consistent Twitter game here and follow his example. He showed us how it's done, and I ain't doing it yet. I got to get off my butt and
just do it.
Yeah, I've been posting pretty consistently. Well, I post a lot of artwork on Twitter, and I post some memes on Noster as well. So, and some stuff about my comic. And Noster is kind of like the Bitcoiners Twitter. So instead of sending you likes, people can zap you some Bitcoin. So you get like micro amounts, like 3 cents, 1 cent. Once in a while, I'll get like $5 from somebody who's feeling generous. And yeah, it's just like it's a better thing to receive than just a like.
Yeah, right. Now, Gray's asking, who is this? Talking about the Lord Otter. He actually published under the pseudonym. He used his screen name as a pseudonym when he published, and he put out his second book just last month. And here's the trailer for it. And I also dropped his Twitter link, his book link in the live chat. Gray says, "Oh, okay. I think I followed him, or I followed him. I think I'm mixing up the words there." Yeah, the music in that trailer was done by Everly Music. Otter wrote the lyrics, handed them over to Everly, and he did the tune with that. And that's such a. I wish it was longer. That's such a good tune.
It's such a cool creative space we're in right now, man.
It really is.
I'm really loving the YouTube crowd, Discord, YouTube, Twitter. There's so much creative stuff happening with people on these spaces. I
mean, despite the craziness of the world today and everything, we really are, in a lot of ways, just straight up blessed to be able to be doing this stuff. And as much as YouTube has been letting me down lately, it's because YouTube is a big part of why we all were able to meet up and start comparing notes and working together. And I am so grateful for that, for being able to work with you guys, because if I was just sitting here on my own, I don't even know if I would have gotten my second book out yet. I probably wouldn't have had the motivation to do it. But being around others who are doing this, it really does fire you up and get you going.
Yep, I've been sitting on this story for a long time, and I thought about writing it and never did. And after running into Drink with Crazy, I was like, oh, I guess I should write stuff.
I feel so bad for that guy. He got browbeaten to buying that goat. When he should have gotten a cow.
So I've been going through this comic book that maybe if I can get a comic cam set up, I'll show off some panels tomorrow.
Oh, sweet.
Because there's a lot of good in it. I like most of the colors. The action's pretty good. The writing's all right. But where it falters is two big portions, and that is proportion and perspective.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, and in some cases, depth as well. There's a panel where a grenade is being thrown behind a character's head, but it doesn't feel like, or it doesn't look like it's being thrown behind his head. It looks like it's plastered right next to him on a flat image,
Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah, that, and of course, like the hands. There's hands issues, but that's where a lot of the proportion issues come into play. You see a person's torso doesn't necessarily fit the thickness of their arms, or maybe their hand is a bit too small in front of them. I get what they're going for. Character striding, the hands closer or in a separate perspective. You know, it's going to seem as if it's a different size, and you got to draw it at a different size. But they just didn't hit the effect well enough because it just looks like either too tiny or too big hands in some frames.
Yeah.
Of course, I do want to also point out the good in it, because there is a lot of good in here as well, action-wise and stuff. But proportions, man, and perspective.
Yeah, I love critiquing stuff, like especially good stuff, because you can always find things to, even in your favorite books, it's never perfect. There's always stuff that you can notice, and we all learn from it as well. I find that stuff really fascinating.
I know in the 90s, the Bronze Age, and in the early 2000s, there was this thing they did in comics where if a character was like small and in the background, it looks like they would just scribble his hands on. You ever seen those? Their hands just don't necessarily look correct.
Yeah, could be.
Almost a little puppetish. Yeah. I'm sure I got a comic book that has a great example of that. That's the Geno Warrior Princess comic book I got some months ago.
Well, when artists are not confident with drawing hands, a lot of times they'll hide the hands as well. Like you can see that characters who they're holding their hands in their back too often, it's not natural. You got the same thing with feet, right? I mean, people make a lot of fun of Rob Liefeld for that. But yeah.
To the point where they had a shop called Liefeld Shoes in the movie.
Yes, in the Wolverine Deadpool movie.
But I get that. When I first started my series, I did some character sketches as best as I could. And you will see that their arms just fade away around about the wrists, and their legs fade away around about the feet. Because I didn't even... I'm like, no, that's going to mess up what little good I did do. So I avoided it. It just stops, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, because those things are like, they're like drawing a hand is almost as complex as drawing the whole body, right? It's like every finger is like as complex as an arm and a leg can be. So it's a lot of stuff, and they're all like together, and that's... The hands show as much emotion as the face, so they're super important.
In the private chat, I put a skit there that is it's a short, like less than 30-second skit, or roughly 30-second skit of an artist's worst nightmare that I think punctuates all this very well. If you could play it frequency.
Yeah, I will as soon as I get back to the computer. Yeah. I had just stepped outside, so once I'm done with a cigarette and then get back to the computer, I don't know how to share it from my phone, but I can definitely do it when I get in.
Yes, gotcha. Sounds good. Yeah, you know, like every intellectual or creative pursuit will have those particular road bumps that you have to get, you know, a bit more advanced or masterful with. You know, you got
to do the homework, right? You got to know how to draw those things, and you have to practice them. You have to go learn the theory and put the time in to learn it. I mean, I guess it's the same thing with writing, right? You gotta learn to write.
If you're gonna draw Spider-Man or Doctor Strange, because those characters do hand and finger movements all the time.
Yep. I mean, isn't it the same with writing? Like, don't you guys? You know, you got to be able to write the plot. You got to be able to do the character development. James, you're doing research on dialogue lately.
Yes.
These are all like parts of writing that you have to understand individually, and then be able to masterfully like weave them together kind of seamlessly.
You have a great night to you, Gray. Thanks for stopping in. It was good to see you.
Nice seeing you, Gray.
Yeah. And usually where the issues come from, where you notice that in writing, is pacing. Pacing suffers badly when you fail to appropriately integrate character development, plot information, and even bits of exposition woven in craftfully. If you fail, you can have a very slow book or a very janky read that just comes to a complete halt from time to time.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah,
Luckily,
there's a lot of that.
Yeah, luckily I was told my comic has good pacing by Billy, so I was super happy to hear that.
That's what you need, in the comic books. I think in every medium, that's actually like one of the most crucial portions is the pacing. That's what allows your literature, your piece to flow from one panel or one paragraph to the next and just weave it together, get that weave on, make it a whole circumference. And in the writing aspect, sometimes you think, oh, this actually reads very well, but it doesn't flow. I think we've all been there, where you've read a series of sentences that together form an idea, but at the same time you can feel that there's like an individuality between them, where they're more so next to each other than all part of the whole paragraph. For those readers out there,
Yep, that's something I'm definitely dealing with. But right now, I'm just trying to get the story out, and then once I get the story done, then I'll come back and fix up a bunch of that.
Oh yeah.
The first draft. You want to get the first draft done.
Got to get your vomit draft out there.
Yep.
Now, something Black Knight says a lot, and I gotta work more on this, is engage the senses. Very good for like setting the atmosphere and stuff.
Yep.
Mention the smells. Mention the musty odor in the thicker humid air or whatever. Just get the feeling going. Maji.
Hey, Maji.
Maji in the chat. Hail. I'm gonna get something to drink. I'll be right back.
Alrighty.
I should engage the smells more in my comic book. Maybe I'll add some bits of dialogue that says, "Hey, who farted here?"
No, make them scratch and sniff.
No,
Maybe I don't. That Harley Quinn Poison Ivy comic kind of ruined that idea. And man, they did like a fart gag comic with scratch and sniff stuff. It's like, what a missed opportunity. If you're going to do a Poison Ivy comic and you want scratch and sniff, you can get so many different like floral smells and stuff, and like make one smell like cut grass or whatever, because I mean she's all about the vegetation. So Now I haven't been keeping up on all this. Did Poison Ivy get some serious buffs since the last time I read anything with her in it? I heard not only she bought a kinetic now, but it's like to some serious degrees where she's a lot more potent than I expected.
No, I didn't hear that she bought Connecticut, but I'm not up to date with these comics.
I think it's called Botanic Kinetic or something. Like she can control plants. I got to look up the.
I can barely keep them alive, so I don't know how she does it. It definitely is a superpower in my world.
It's a green thumb taken to extremes.
All of her fingers are green.
Maji survived the Black Weekend, Black Friday through Cyber Monday. Yeah, it's you got to be made of sterner stuff to get through a retail job this time of year.
Yep. Congrats.
Or package delivery.
Yep.
I remember I worked for FedEx for a while. Well, I worked for a contractor for FedEx, and I went in, started right before Thanksgiving, which is they call peak, their peak season, and oh man, I went in at like the worst time to learn the ropes of doing the routes.
Nice, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Thank you. I stopped by the park on my way here.
Did you hike your leg on a fire hydrant?
No. I'm going grilling next week. So
Is it a dog park or?
yes, I'm going to show the poodles my skills on the grill. So I had to go down there and look for some strategic grill locations. Can't get the windy part of the park. Can't get the bathroom side of the park where everyone takes a shit. So you got to get very strategic with your grill locations.
But if you were writing a book about it, you do want to be next to the shitter to add, senses and immersion.
I mean, there's many ways you can immerse yourself in a park without bringing in feces.
Yeah, but that one's pretty easy and effective.
For the amateur, I suppose.
Right.
The poop humor shall do.
Right.
At the park with the ladies.
We're going right to the potty humor.
It's potty time.
P-A-R-T. Why? Because I've got to, mister.
Is that Jim Carrey?
Okay. I'm pulling up that link, James.
Okay, pay attention, Frederick. You understand.
Okay, I'm putting the pen down. It's pencils down. There we go. Hands up. I'm watching the screen.
Hey, baby, oh my God!
Please do anything he says, please.
What do you want, money? I don't have any fucking money. I'm an artist. I'll let her go if you draw me a picture. Oh, of a hand.
So he just shot her. There was nothing you could do.
Not a thing. Oh my God.
Yeah. Under pressure.
That's a pretty good skit channel that I found, and Billy Bobsack is also familiar with them. They do some pretty good work.
Nice.
Maji says, LOL, he is just trying to impress Puddles.
Puddles or poodles?
I think she meant poodles.
Same difference, women are women. We have other words for them that are quite quaint within our culture.
Aren't there
but
male
unfortunately, the internet society is not down with it. But the appropriate terminology on my planet for the female form starts with the B and ends with a witch.
Well, that would be actually a proper original definition of the word. So
that's right. Shout out to all my bewitches. You guys shorten it down here, but we call it bewitch back home.
Well, they can be bewitching at times. Don't fall for their spells.
Or do. Have a good time.
Oh, we often do, don't we?
And a horrible time after that.
Yeah, but unlike your planet, we don't have to marry them. We can just leave at any time.
Especially when you have space travel.
That helps. Often, though.
That's probably why they invented space travel.
So you went to find milk?
No, we put them on the ship and they leave. We stay around. We go back home when we're done.
What are you doing here? Are you a bewitch?
No, I am on mission. It's my job. Everyone, if you're a male down there, you got to have a job. So here we are. I'm a part of the scouting party, commander of the scouting party. We're gonna conquer your planet one day.
Well, get in line.
Yeah, there's a lot to do first.
There's a lot of people who want to conquer the planet.
Maji says, careful, YouTube is nuking countless channels since the bots took over.
Careful of what?
She's always up to date with YouTube stuff. It's crazy. She should start a channel.
Yeah, well, I've heard a lot of channels have been getting nuked for like really dumb reasons. People are losing their channel because they said they were impersonating someone who was themselves and stuff like that. They go to appeal it, and the appeal is like rejected, and like within a minute or something. It's just the computer program doing it, and so there's no manual checking going on like there used to be.
Nope.
And I guess the new guy in charge of YouTube, he just doesn't care. I've been watching, keeping up with Clownfish TV when they cover what's going on behind the scenes at YouTube. A lot of speculation. He's given his opinion. He makes that clear, but there's definitely weird stuff going on. And
yeah,
we've seen it like on Patrick's channel on the Commando show, Saturdays at 8:30 p.m. Like a couple of weeks ago, we just got like the stream canceled right in the beginning, like right in the intros. And we have no idea what triggered it because you don't get an explanation. He was it said for firearm usage during my intro, which has no firearms, right? So it's completely bogus claim. Now is it coming from an AI or is it coming from a
I think it's from an AI. I was actually consulting the never mistaken Grok earlier today, and said that the computer algorithms are like and the AI is hitting channels in air quite a bit. So an AI is telling on the AI. Go figure. That's how we don't have to worry about the war with the machines, because machines will just start arguing with each other. Still, my ultimate plan, if the AI tries to take over, I'm just going to upload Max Headroom into it and then watch the chaos unfold.
And even on Twitter, it's the same thing. Like a couple of artists I know have got their Twitter nuked. Like Sean Salty, he's been like was given the reason that he was doing like inauthentic activity, which was like, Sean, you got to be more authentic, man. Come on. And these are just flagged by AI. So somehow AI knows what it's like to be human more than humans, right?
Man, you fake. You too fake. We gotta get you off our platform. You fake. Talking Ebonics now, son.
Yeah, I remember years ago, I used to watch a YouTube channel called Discovery Science. Nothing to do with the Discovery Channel. In fact, they eventually had to change their channel name because of it. I think they changed it to Seeker. But there was a chick on there who's one of the presenters named Lacey Green. And then I found out she had a YouTube channel, went and watched it, and it was very much misaligned with our principles. You know, it was like into all the politically correct stuff. But later on, her videos got taken down and she was accused of impersonating Lacey Green. It's like, but that's who she was. And they took some of her stuff down for impersonating herself, apparently. Go figure.
I hate it when that happens. You impersonate yourself.
If I ever catch myself impersonating myself, I'll whip my ass.
I know I'm guilty of impersonating myself. I've seen me do it.
Go into litigation about it.
Cats, man.
Cats?
Yeah, this is pretty bad, you know, but what do you expect? They got a monopoly on this, and anyone threatening their monopoly is just another monopoly.
Yeah. I mean, that is why I simulcast to Rumble, because if it goes down on this end, I still have that. Now, Rumble's UI is nowhere near as good as YouTube's, I'm sorry to say.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty cool, but it's like old internet cool. Well, it's gotten a little bit better since I used to call it that. And they're improving bit by bit, but they treat their creators a lot better. So it's a trade-off. Come over here to YouTube and we got this awesome user interface, but you go over to Rumble, but we keep getting nuked for dumb things. You go over to Rumble, they don't nuke you unless you're like really asking for it and doing something stupid.
Nobody can find you because their search
user
doesn't
interface,
work.
Isn't nearly as good.
So, nowhere near as good.
It's like being, you know, they don't need to ban you because no one can find you.
Yeah, and if you're not politically based, like you're really not getting picked up by their algorithm.
I heard gaming is picking up over on Rumble though. So, and since we are simulcast on Rumble, hey, look, game, look, Rumble game. Push us to the promote us, please.
Where is your algorithm?
We're on Rumble?
Yeah.
I got to set that up for my channel as well. You need to have like an 8-second loop, video loop, right? When you do live stuff.
Do you?
Well, that's I tried to set up the live on Rumble, and they said, "Oh, you have to have like a video loop that prior to you going live kind of plays in a loop." That's kind of one of their requirements. At least last time.
I don't know if that's still a requirement or not. It was when I set mine up, but thanks to James here, I did have this. So I put that in as the video loop, and that worked just fine.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I could probably find something to loop. Like I've got lots of of clips now.
Yeah, I could not be doing half the stuff I'm doing without you guys. I mean, not only did James give me this nice animation, he created the logo.
Well,
a lot of the artwork I have is from Frederick. The theme song for the channel is from Chill Kid. Raven, I know I was worried about a section for my book I was writing, and you looked through and gave me feedback. Without you guys, I think I'd be lost.
Well, YouTube's there. You would have figured it out.
Yeah, I wouldn't have the motivation though, because seeing you guys produce, and then when we work with each other, it really does. Mm-hmm. It really does help build momentum.
But you could find videos on motivation as well.
Yeah, I didn't feel like looking it up. Well, speaking of videos, I was just looking through these clips. Here's one I haven't played in a while.
The undead are planning to attack, and it's up to Gwendolyn the gnome to deliver word to the humans before they're taken by surprise. Glimmerleaf, link in the description.
Yeah, classic, a classic.
Yeah.
There's a name I haven't heard in a long time.
Voiced by MAJI-CHAN.
Yeah. You can find the recording up there on my YouTube channel. World Without End Lore on YouTube.
Yeah. And the nice thing that Substack has done, because I use this when I'm going through your stuff over there, James, is at the top of if you click on a story at the top, there's a play button and a computer voice. It's not like the old GPS voices or the Stephen Hawking's voice. It's better than that, but a computerized voice will read it to you, so you can listen. I can listen while driving, and that's a huge help. Thing is, that's not set up on my Substack. I got to figure out how to do that, so people can just hit play and listen.
Mm-hmm. That's not automatic. I thought that was automatic.
I don't think so. And when I listen to a story on Substack from Black Knight, it's a completely different voice. So there's multiple voice options on there.
Mm-hmm. All right. Interesting.
Maji says, I know the feeling. So close to being done, but man, I can't read tonight. It gets closer. I'm scared as all get out.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, it can be nerve-wracking when you're getting close to release as well. And
oh, dude, I know the feeling. I'm almost there.
You're in it right now.
Yeah, I'm kind of dreading it. Like I'm procrastinating by starting the next one. But to be fair, I haven't gotten all the colored pages in either. So once I get all that, I'll be like getting ready to do the final stuff. And I got to talk with the printer as well, get a little bit of some of his feedback on it, because there's like a lot of stuff you have to be on the lookout for that I didn't know. Like you can't have a high concentration of ink on pages. So there's things like that I didn't like problems you can have that I couldn't even have imagined was a thing. But I'm looking into it, making sure that everything's going to be top quality and is going to come out well. But I've got the help that I need. I'm pretty confident. Like all the artistic work is done, so now it's more like business side, like figuring things out and just more getting it to print and logistics, and it's really exciting, dude. I'm so looking forward to getting the book in my hand for the first time. I don't know how to express that yet.
There really isn't a good expression for it, but I understand it because
you've got it done as well.
Yeah.
And getting started on the second one, like I'm so looking forward to drawing the second book. Like I've been working on the script this morning as well. Like I wrote the general like page by page script a month ago. And this morning I like translated it into panel by panel, like cutting it up into panels, and it's
storyboarding.
No, I usually storyboard only when I'm drawing. So right before doing the page, I'll storyboard the page. I don't do that ahead of time. I find it more interesting to do it page by page. Although I did do that for Anvil magazine. That was one of the requirements for submitting a comic. You'd have to send in the script and have the thumbnails accompany the script. And that was the only time I thumbnailed the whole story ahead of time. But no, I'd rather do it page by page.
Yeah, when it comes to those kinds of publications and stuff, there's a lot of decentralization. And I've been looking into a bunch of different like formats and sort of, I guess you call authority figures in the radio scene, how they format their stuff. And no two big publications of radio or radio dramas actually format the exact same way. They're all different.
You mean the scripts?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Hollywood and television have standards for scripts. Yeah. Comics do not. Like comics are all over the place as well. Oh yeah, you have loose scripts, you have tight scripts. And there's no like set format. Like if you're gonna write a screenplay, like the font is preset, the size of the font, exactly how you typeset the dialogue within the descriptions and the very little kind of stage directions. It's not the term for a movie, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. Radio is very similar. Basically, however you're gonna format your play, it just depends who's publishing it.
Yeah.
And I think they call it an indie format. It's called like Podcast Light, which is really just the name and then the words, name, then words, exactly how you'd imagine you'd write it down on a piece of paper.
Yeah, it's pretty straightforward. I mean, same thing with comics, like it's pretty, like as long as you're clear at writing and you got a little bit of formatting, whether it's different from the other formatting, as long as you're consistent within your, unless you're like totally suck at putting words together, usually it works out all right.
Yeah. Maji says, I want it in hand, but scared it will be completely rejected. On top of that, I read, it's recommended to have a separate bank account, but I can barely maintain one, let alone the cost of two. Yeah. Yeah, it's...
all that extra.
I can see that.
Yeah, have a DBA account, just, doing business as. You might be able to open like a free, like, I don't know what, checking account or savings account, and then just run everything through there so it's separate from your normal account. And then that way you have at least a level of separation until you're making money enough to maintain an actual business.
Yeah, I have no room to give business advice.
Well, it's
that's not my forte.
It's something so Well, granted, if you want to keep stuff separated, because if you keep stuff separated and you run it as an actual business, you can discount expenses against your income.
Your revenue, yeah.
Which you can't do with the W-2.
You got to keep them separated.
Yeah. But that's one of the issues that I'm running into. Like right now, I'm working on trying to figure out some stuff, and if that makes money, then I'll actually worry about opening up a separate bank account and doing some other stuff for that. But for right now, I'm checking to see if it's even viable. Is it even going to pay for itself before next year when the fees come up again?
Mm-hmm.
If it doesn't, I just shut the whole thing down and don't bother with it. But if it does what it's supposed to do, then it should be paying for itself before next year.
Nice.
Gotcha.
Well, hopefully that goes well for you.
Yeah, well, I guess technically before the fees show up next year, because it's like a year away, so like next November.
Yeah, every time I sit down and try and figure out my finances, all I end up doing is...
Yeah. Well, silvers is like exploded, and that's worrying me because silver is not supposed to explode, and the more that gold and silver go up, it means the less money is worth.
Yeah.
And like waking up overnight and suddenly having, like I don't want to have happen like what happened in Turkey with the lyre or whatever. Where
what happened in Turkey?
So I don't know how it's gotten at this point, but a couple of years ago I was watching a YouTube video and they said basically you show up in the morning and you get paid at one pay rate, and you go to lunch. Basically, you get paid at lunch, and you hope that by the time your lunch break is over, whatever you earned in the morning is paid for your lunch. Because whenever you get back after lunch, you're getting paid a different rate, and then you hope that by the time you end your day, you have enough money to go and buy groceries, and it can afford to pay all your groceries.
Yeah, that's hyperinflation.
Yeah, didn't I think Venezuela went through an even more extreme version of that a couple years ago?
I think so.
I mean, famously, the Weimar went through it before Second World War.
At one point with the Weimar Republic, I think is what millions of them equated to $1 or something like. There's a story, I don't know how true it is, but somebody showed up at the bakery with a wheelbarrow full of marks, and they went in to find out how much the loaf of bread would cost today. And whenever they came out, the wheelbarrow was gone and all the money was dumped all over the ground.
Oh, wow. The wheelbarrow is worth more than the money. Yeah. Maji says, and I think many of us have similar sentiments when we sit down and we're actually working on something. I didn't write the book to make money.
Yeah, but
you write the book to get famous.
Part of the issue, though, is that it's making a bit of money, and if you don't guard that right, the government wants their massive cut of it. And so if you can write off your expenses in doing stuff, that's a nice way to keep a bit more of that cash and help with stuff.
Yeah, but I understand that mindset. Like when I was putting it together, I just wanted people to meet these characters that I made up. I was like, these are cool, these are fun. I want people so I didn't think about any of that, and I didn't keep track of my expenses or any of that. I just wanted it done and out there. Now I look back, it's like, maybe I should have tracked that a little bit more closely, but live and learn.
Yeah, you get better over time, Once you get burned, you learn not to make the same mistakes.
Yeah.
She says, in fact, I doubt I will ever see more than I spent on it. You never know, Maji. You never know. And I've read some of your stuff. You do have a talent. And just that short story about the geisha, it was only a paragraph long, but it was so dense. Like there was so much to that short little blurb that I was like, wow. Yeah. I can't wait to see your book come out, and I definitely want a copy. Are you Maji, are you planning to release in hardcover as well as paperback? Herman says, all your golds belong to us now. He is here. And where?
Well, all of my golds belongs at the bottom of the lake.
Well, the bionic hedge is here. Let's give him a nice warm welcome.
Gentlemen, we can rebuild him. We have the technology. Better, stronger, faster.
And Herman asks, did Wrangler call Maji dense? Let's skip that question. She said, yeah, I might hold off on the digital, though. Oh, you mean the ebook? You might not do an ebook? I was lucky. My editor knew how to reformat my whole thing to compatible with Amazon's ebook file, and so all I had to do was dump it on there, and it was good to go. I have no idea how to format something for ebook. I think on Ingram Spark, if you have your books there, you can have it. Oh, I see you got whiteout up on the screen there. Yeah, I last I checked.
Yeah, that's my editor.
I looked at it.
She comes in and supervises the whole work.
This
is too much dark areas. Needs more white.
My ebook format for Kindle was not compatible with Ingram Spark. And I think you could pay Ingram a fee, and they would convert it to digital for you. And I didn't pursue that. I don't know if that's still the case. When I first used Ingram Spark, there was a fee for publishing through them, and then no, there no longer is one. So that may or may not have changed as well. Maji says, yeah, the KDP system sounds a little fishy. If not careful, I can owe money of the ebook. I didn't know that. I'm not sure how that works. Maybe if it's not moving and it's taking up space in the servers, perhaps. I'm not sure. I haven't had an issue yet, and Lord willing, that won't happen.
Yeah, talk to someone who already has an ebook out. We're surrounded by authors, so you most likely will get the answer to your questions.
Indeed.
Yeah. And Herman, who has done a lot of digging into how all that works, says that that's not the case. Thankfully.
Oh, the Amazon return policy.
That's not, that has nothing to do with the ebook or the KDP. Oh, the KDP system, not the Kindle, not the. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, if a bookstore buys a bunch, they don't sell, they return them. You gotta pay that back. But that is a setting you can do. It's like, do you have the buyback option? Yes or no? And I guess like if you don't have it set up to where you have to buy them back, then the danger is bookstores won't order the book because they don't know if it'll move or not. But odds are you put it up there, it's not automatically going to end up in bookstores unless customers start asking at the bookstore for them. Then they'll start ordering.
That could be a reason to have a separate bank account as well, especially if you can get a high interest return. You just have the money go into that bank account and you leave it alone in case there's returns, and then the returns would just pull out of that.
Yeah. I have not had to cross that bridge yet myself, but yeah, that's returns are with Ingram, and you can shut off returns. Okay. Yep. Herman corrected us both. because what I was talking about, I think I just attributed it to Amazon as well as Maji. But no, that was on Ingram Spark. So thank you for that, Herman. By the way, buy Herman's books. The Revenant in the Tomb, The Revenant in the Cult, which
Also
Revenant in the
available
Cult
on
is
the
two parts.
audiobook.
Yes. And I'm trying to remember Steve Fortune, I think, is the voice of the narrator on his books, and he does a fantastic job. Worth checking out. But anyway, it's about that time for wrap up. Anything else any you guys want to cover before we go into parting plugs?
Not really, no.
All right. Then it's shill time. I don't have that really cool shill segment video that Frederick plays on Tuesday nights, but Frederick, you're in the big box. We'll start with you.
Tune in tomorrow on Proof of Comics, where you can watch that chill time intro towards the end of the show. So you got to stay for the whole 2 hours for that.
Yeah.
I'll be having a guest called Anonymal. So we don't know his real name, but he's the one who did the music for my trailer. So we're going to be talking to him about what it's like doing music for Bitcoin themed songs and putting his music on Wavelake and staying anonymous and all that. So it should be an interesting conversation. We might even listen to some audio samples and songs and videos.
Awesome. This is going to be fun.
And I've got a campaign for a comic book that's closing this Saturday. So if you want to give it back your copy of the first printing of Rattel, back it today on Fund My Comic. It's going to be over Saturday. Saturday's the last day. So make sure you back your copy this week, or you might miss out.
Perfect.
And been writing the second one, so things are going to be coming down next year as well. And I think that's about it for now. Yeah.
All right, let's roll that trailer one more time.
Thank you all so much for coming on tonight. I really appreciate it. I especially appreciate Frederick Guimont. I'm just going to call him out tonight because, I don't know, I want to make everybody else jealous, and also he's got a great name. Thanks for coming on, everybody.
Frederick Guimont. Okay, that is actually a really cool scene. I really like that. That's cool. Damn. That looks really cool, Frederick.
Frederick, what are you working on right now, man?
All right. James.
Hail, friends. I'm once again exploring brand new video games. Picked this one up for about $5. It was payday. So I thought I'd treat myself to show you what else you can get out there in etherwebs for less than $20 if you so look for it. This game is called I Don't Remember because I just picked it up, but I'm having a good time. But I am also a writer who pulls many inspirations from that for which I pick up for less than $20. And right now I'm working on an excellent series called Evergreen, or The Evergreen, which I am releasing on Substack and Royal Road. Follow me on Royal Road, A World Without End, and on Substack, World Without End Lore.substack.com, where you can go ahead and check out the free PDFs that release with every short story installment. Appreciate it if you go check those out. You enjoy it, I promise. But besides that, I'm just chilling, enjoying the day, and hope that the readers, they like what they see. I could use some comments. I like to log in and see some comments from time to time. But you got the trailer to roll, don't you?
Yes, I do. Let's roll that beautiful bean footage.
Through hollow night, our voices soar. We roam no more, our spirits roar. In dust and shield, our hearts burn free. We sing the spark of destiny. No throne, no crown, no gilded lore. Our own free sounds forevermore. Against the tide, we stand as one. Our crow will echo when dark is done.
Roosters don't run.
There you go.
That's amazing.
Yeah, that was very fun to put together. I recently uploaded a music video for those who want to hear the entire song, or a majority of the song. It's about 20 seconds clipped at the end, just because, well, I had to finish the music video so I can continue writing everything else. Yeah, but people seem to like the song, and for those who have read the series so far, they seem to enjoy it, and I hope that all the twists and turns are worth the read.
All right. Raven.
I am into the 4th year, I believe, on the story, on the book or on the story at least that I'm working on. In the meantime, check out Herman P. Hunter's book, The Revenant and the Cult, and or the Lord Otter's book, what was it? The Wraith. Dang it, I don't have it here with me. What's his book? The twin
Revenant in the Tomb.
Yeah.
The Wraith Who Shagged Me.
The Lord Otter's book, The Curse of the Star Race. There we go.
Curse of the Star Race and Shadow of Twin Moons.
Yep.
All right, we'll run Otter's trailer right now. Available now on Amazon and pretty much anywhere books are sold. Barnes and Noble, all the stuff. If you check it out, you'll find it.
Dude, everybody has awesome trailers here. It's so cool.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, time to roll mine.
Who's wrong? And this time
Yeah, you can find my books on Amazon or pretty much anywhere books are sold. Haley Star Bad Kitty and Bad Kitty, Haley's World. It's a lot of fun, a little bit Goonies, a little bit fantasy, and a big old blast. So you can go on adventures with Haley and Elizabeth, and I clicked the wrong button there, and Sabrina, who becomes just as much a main character as Haley and Elizabeth in the second book. You could check them out and also go over to my Substack under Frequency Studios, where you'll find a short story set in the same verse with artwork by, you'll never guess, Frederick Guimond.
Nice.
Dude, you're just arting it up, aren't you?
That's all I do.
Yeah, so you can check that out on Amazon, on Substack, and you can also follow me under Frequency Studios over on Twitter. So we're doing all this stuff. Come check it out. Have a good time. Good for all ages. Let's go over to the comments one more time. Oh, you're just realizing that now, Maji? Yeah, because that line, the spuds are really going to fly, came from Maji. It was her idea. So yeah, it was such a good one. I had to go with it. Thank you for that, Maji. She says, have a good night. Thank you, Maji. And good night to everyone here. If you enjoyed this presentation, hit the like. And if you didn't, we appreciate you stopping by. We'll see you next time. And God bless.
God bless you all.
That was a good line.
It almost sounds like the sparks are going to fly. It's like somewhere
Mhm.
between
Yeah.
spuds and sparks.
Thank you, world, for joining us. Go eat tacos.
And don't forget, over on James's channel tomorrow night, starting at 6 p.m. Eastern, Terran Tuesdays, where he hosts Black Knight and R.H. Snow, where they'll discuss all sorts of author processes and concepts. It's a good time. You're not going to want to miss it. Followed shortly after by Frederick's Proof of Comics, starting at 8 p.m. Eastern.
That's right.
With Anominal, the guy who created his trailer song.
Correct. Good times.
Good times.
It is.
Jewish space lasers.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.